Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel here at Commaik. I am working on my project and building a new Hunter MP Rotator irrigation system. Here on this patch of lawn, in the last videos I have shown you how I planned the system. I showed you which components I am using. Today I will dig the trenches, lay the water pipes and install the sprinklers. Build. If you want to know how I go about it, stay tuned. It's starting soon. After I ran the supply line from the water connection under the sidewalk into my valve box, having laid the water pipe, I can now install the distributor with the solenoid valve. Before I do that, I will connect to the valve station, dig the trenches and lay the water pipes and install the sprinklers. This makes the connection later at the box significantly easier. Then I know how long the water pipes need to be and how much play is necessary. I printed out my plan so that I know which pipes I need to lay in which position. I will now just begin to dig the trenches with the spade up to the spots where the sprinklers will be installed later. There are special machines for this. Unfortunately, in my case, I cannot use a trenching machine. Just under 10 centimeters below this topsoil, the substrate has a very poor quality. There are many stones and slag there. I wouldn't be happy with that because it could damage the machine. Before I start the excavation, I need to do some things. Just a few details to consider. I still have the control cables from my lawn robot in the front area of the lawn. I need to dig up the lawn robot cables again so that I don't damage them. I have already cut through the outer cable and also the control cable in the middle exposed. I still need to excavate the third cable. Furthermore, it makes sense if you work in parallel. Lay down a sheet or tarp over the trench that you want to dig. There you can set aside the soil you excavate. You should do this when your lawn is already has grown well and the quality is really good. The stones and the slag that I have with me, I would later leave the soil I excavated from the underground on top, even after I refill the trench. I will close. However, I will do without a sheet or tarp today, if I am here. When I'm finished, a new layer of topsoil will be added to the lawn. As you can see here from the last video, the soil is very hard. It hasn't rained for weeks. In the meantime, it has been almost 2.5 months, if you exclude a small rain shower in between. My goal is to dig the trench to at least 1 spade depth. For this, I will use the V-cut. This means I will use the spade once from the left and once from the right. On the right, the piece of earth, the notch looks like a V and is about 20 centimeters, 25 centimeters deep. I will remove this V piece and set it aside. This way I can dig a trench. Digging out. Once I have laid the pipes, I can effortlessly put the V-piece back, laying and securing in the trench. Then I am absolutely already done, especially on larger properties. For longer trenches, it makes sense to mark the positions of these trenches in advance. I used regular marking spray for this. That way I know exactly where to dig my trench. Must be excavated. The spray washes out over time and is then subsequently no longer visible. By the way, you can find the link to the spray in the description under the video. If you are under the video now, this would be the perfect moment to give me a like for this. To give feedback on the video, if you have any questions, feel free to write in the comment section. I am happy to respond. Digging the trenches has taken significantly longer than I had hoped. In some places, I was able to get really good wedges out of the trenches. In other places, the soil simply crumbles. The ground is not the best. It is bare clay soil. The dryness is as hard as stone. Nevertheless, I have dug the trenches to a spade depth and smoothed it out a bit with the rake and can now lay the water pipes. Although the upper part of this area is already over 100 years old, I only completed the lower part recently. Filled in briefly, you can see that here. The soil is still very loose. The lawn that I have already, the seeds that were sown were not able to hold the loose soil together. For this reason, I did not just dig out any wedges here, but simply piled the soil to the side. Just simply. I have also cleared access to my second distribution box. I can work with the water pipe through the opening and connect it to the existing pipe. On the sides where, if I want to install the sprinklers, I still have to do something. Here I still have the concrete, with which I secured the curbs of the sidewalk. This concerns this corner, and it concerns the two corners over there at the raised bed. This concrete is of course extremely hard and cannot be removed with the spade. I will remove the concrete with the compressor, and I will carefully and meticulously remove enough with my air chisel, ensuring that the sprinklers fit perfectly, securely, and snugly into the corners. In the meantime, I will place the level over it to see if the hole is deep enough. Now that I have also cleared the other corners, I can start laying the pipes and I will start the installation of the sprinklers here at the front of the house. I will take a look at assemble the sprinkler in advance. I will install the appropriate nozzles and the swing joint. Install and screw the adapter onto the pipe with care. The component will then be securely attached to the later. I will then carefully and gently lay the water pipe in the trench, and with it securely in place, and ensure it is properly aligned. Connect the sprinkler. After that, I will secure the sprinkler and fill it with soil. It is important that the sprinkler is installed horizontally. If the spray head is facing upwards, it must be absolutely vertical so that the lawn later covers the entire area evenly. Can be irrigated. The pipe will then be laid over this. At this point, I will install a T-piece. Install. From there, it goes to the main water pipe and to the sprinkler on the other side. I have the supply line here for the two sprinklers at the house, and it is the supply lines to the two sprinklers in the parking lot. I now need to connect the two water pipes with the T-piece. Connect. The pipe then runs here to my valve box to connect the pipes together. I carefully create a little more space for myself. I gently and precisely place the T-piece over the two water pipes. The cutting edge for the connection at the T-piece is located here at the back, where this conical shape is. The funnel-shaped narrowing ends. Up to this point, the pipe reaches into the Gardena connector. By placing the Gardena connector on the pipe, I know where I can cut the pipe. Pay attention when cut the pipe so that it does not fall to the ground. This can cause dirt to enter the pipe, Then you need to ensure that you thoroughly and completely flush the irrigation system before you install the nozzles. Installation of the T-piece. A half turn to open. Insert the pipe and push it in firmly. Then a half turn back until it clicks. After that, the fitting can still be turned. But the connector, which is an essential component in ensuring a secure and leak-proof connection, has already been tightened and sealed meticulously to prevent any potential leaks or issues. Now, I will carefully proceed to place the T-piece onto and carefully make my mark for the cut in case the pipes are on both sides. Since they are already set, you will need to make both markings and the small centerpiece to cut out completely. In my case, only the right side is firmly installed, the left side is. The installation has not been completed yet. To proceed, it is sufficient if I cut the pipe on the right side. Additionally, in this particular area, we need to ensure that all measurements are precise and that the alignment is correct. This will help in avoiding any potential issues later on. A half turn to open, carefully insert the pipe, gently push it in and a half. Turn to close, done. On the other side, then the same, a half turn to open, push the pipe in until it stops, push it in again, then turn it back half a turn, and now the whole thing is finished. I will still lay out the PE pipes nicely in the trench. At the moment, it is very warm and the sun helps to smooth out the pipes. I have the first 4 Hunter MP Rotator sprinklers were installed in the corners. The sprinklers I initially just pressed it down gently and carefully with soil. If the connections are sealed after my test, I will soak the area with water and then cover it again with soil. Fill in. After that, everything is compacted. The water pipe comes from back there, just like I had marked it in my construction plan. Here is the T-piece which connects the pipe with. This connects to the sprinkler. After that, the pipe goes around this corner. Here it is not yet in place correctly in the trench. I still need to dig out some soil with the spade. The pipe will then run next to the T-piece. From the T-piece, it goes to the valve box. At the moment, there is a leftover piece of pipe connected. In some places, I carefully position the earth wedges, the V pieces, back into the trench. It's laid out, still plenty of soil and stones on the lawn. If you have laid down a sheet or tarp beforehand, that is not a problem. I will remove the debris with a rake and then mow over it with the lawnmower. The lawnmower works like a vacuum cleaner and quite effectively sucks up the rest. These stones and the trash that I will dispose of the soil I have excavated from the lower ground. The wedges have leveled the trenches, filled. I will water the soil thoroughly later. This will make the soil soft and I can work with it. Tread down carefully. After that, I will fill the trenches with fresh topsoil. I left the T-piece and all other fittings and connectors open to ensure proper ventilation. Test if everything is sealed properly and securely in place. For this, I will use an adapter with a quick coupling for precision and accuracy to ensure that it is absolutely and completely sealed, thoroughly checked and thoroughly inspected and meticulously verified. Attach the garden hose to the PE pipe. Connector, I have carefully screwed the socket and the Gardena connector securely onto the pipe. Next, I will now attach this adapter to the PE pipe. A half turn to gently open, then carefully push the pipe in, push it further slowly, and a half turn, turn to close. Now I will move the garden hose to the other side. Plug it in. After that, the sprinkler should already start to rise. Yes, the sprinklers are working, but they are not properly adjusted yet. The sprinklers spray everywhere except where they are supposed to. This makes it very difficult for me. It's not so easy, quite challenging indeed to film this test with the camera. The large Hunter MP 3000 sprinkler sprays naturally in the wrong direction with just a simple twist of the riser. I can initially align the spray direction provisionally at this particular moment in time. I will let you know. In the course of this project series, I will later show how to adjust the angle on the sprinkler. Correctly sets the throw distance and the starting zone. Now the first step is to check if the pipes and connectors are leak proof. Check the water at the sprinkler to turn off. Then the spray heads come up. but no water is sprayed. I have set up the last 3 sprinklers and connected them to piping system. The side sprinkler for the left side and for the right side. The T-piece for the water supply for the sprinklers. Here is the large Hunter MP Rotator sprinkler that covers the entire. The length should be irrigated. I have covered the pipes again in some places with the earth wedges so that they stay in place and do not twist. Ideally, these PE pipes are laid out in pairs or you use a rolling device. I didn't have either today. It's really not. It's so easy to unroll the water hose. Before I set up my Rainbird water distribution system, while I install and connect the valve box, I also lay the water pipe for the second distribution box. The pipe is laid parallel to the first pipe and connected to the other in the valve box. Pipe connected. To ensure that my distribution station is leak-proof, I have already assembled. The Rainbird distributor has pre-made seals here, here, here and here. Work is installed. Only this coupling I have sealed with Teflon tape on the pipe and at the transition to the faucet is sealed. This way, I won't have to work in the tight valve box in case of a malfunction. I must carefully and thoroughly test whether the distributor is leak-proof beforehand. I have my temporary setup here. Garden hose adapter installed very securely, and then I will connect the water hose there. That looks really good indeed. When I open the Hunter solenoid valve, water certainly flows out. It also stops the water. That works indeed. The faucet is also functioning perfectly. The connections at the water distributor are tight, securely and firmly. Indeed, I can now use the distribution station safely and efficiently without any issues. Successfully. Install into the valve box. I installed the Rainbird distributor into the valve box. In doing so, I had to improvise a bit. The distributor was too long with the large faucet. It just barely fitted into the distributor box. Furthermore, I had to replace the blue connectors replace the gray Gardena quick connectors. The space was simply too tight and I couldn't manage the do not screw the connector fittings tightly anymore. If you still have the area around the valve box free. If you have it, the blue connector can also be optionally used. Then you have sufficient space to push the pipes from the outside into the connector, but I installed this valve box a while ago. It has been installed for a good year and is already well integrated with the soil. I wanted to do not dig up the area around box. I have the connection for the pipe here, which I have connected to the other distributor box. Here is the solenoid valve. This supplies the sprinkler on this new area. The water pipe is connected to this connector. It runs over to my gabion slope. There, a slope irrigation system is to be created. The raised beds are also to be supplied with this water pipe. At the connection with the faucet is the pipe that was laid under the walkway to the animal house, so that there as well a water supply can take place. The distributor is now a good half an hour in the box and the water pressure remains constant. The water meter moves is not. The new lawn irrigation system is therefore tight. What should you pay attention to during installation? What should you pay attention to? Basically, the distributor should be well and securely placed in the box. The distributor was underpinned and secured with gravel after installation and testing. The distributor, the valve and the connectors are stable in the gravel bed. The construction can be, the weight of the water should not sag. The outlets should always be laid parallel and not bent. If the nut is bent slightly to the left or right, it may be possible to adjust or fix it without causing further damage by using appropriate tools and techniques. That it seems that the seal in the sliding sleeve is no longer tight. Due to the fact that this particular situation, I have the soil in front of the box was moved a bit further away so that the pipes could run straight. The pipes were then filled with some sand, secured. Now everything is tight. I still have the connection cables for the control computer here. I will show you how to connect it later. Now I will do a small test again. All the sprinklers are working. I have adjusted the sprinklers a little as a precaution so that I won't get that wet. I have completely reinserted the wedges from the lawn area and the loose soil has been raked. The wedges are not yet flush with the lawn surface. They are protruding. The soil is simply still too hard. As soon as the soil becomes softer due to the rain or irrigation, I can gently press them into the trenches and smooth them out with the lawn roller. The soil you see here consists only of stones and trash. I will dispose of it. I filled other soil into buckets. I can sieve this soil later and then fill in the bare spots in this area. What is left to do next? I will of course connect the control computer for the lawn irrigation system. For this purpose, I will pull the control cable and connect it to the Hunter solenoid valve. I will make a preparation for the solenoid valves that I want to install further down. Here, a distribution center is to be placed to get the control cables through. I will run the cable to my other side, set up control computer connect configure for new setup, program the area so that this lawn area is automatically irrigated. Of course, I will also adjust the lawn sprinklers properly. I will install them securely. At the moment, they are still a bit loose. The soil is just too hard, but with the irrigation it will improve. The soil is nice and soft. You can already see it here. The alignment of the Hunter MP Rotator lawn sprinklers, the adjustment of the sprinkler nozzles, the throw angle, the starting area, and the throw distance. I will show you this in one of the next videos of this project series. At this point, that's it for today. I hope this video was informative for you. If you have any questions, just write to me in the comments section under the video. Feel free to write me a comment with your feedback on my project and my video. Especially, I would of course be happy if you would give me a like for my video. If you liked it, if you haven't managed to do it yet, then press on the right. Click the subscribe button below. This way you won't miss any of the new videos from this project series. Please also take a look at the video description. There you will find the instructions, the manufacturer. There you will find the links to my other construction projects. You will also find there the links to the materials used here to build your own lawn irrigation system. If you want, you can conveniently purchase the products through a product link, same price. For you and a small commission for me and my channel, I am done for today. I'm done and looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Until then, take care. Ciao.